Metroid Dread has been out for a few days, and for the most part, people are really enjoying it. In fact, on UK sales charts, it's the fastest selling Metroid game in UK history. I'd show you North American charts, but those don't exist anymore, at least to my knowledge. Now, Metroid Dread is actually a really fun game. I'm about 7 or 8 hours into it, spent a lot of time playing it yesterday, and I really enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun to play a Metroid game again like this. I mean, it's been like 20 years or something since we've had one. It's a direct sequel to Metroid Fusion, an old Game Boy Advance game, which is something you should definitely check out. I like the game quite a bit. I also was able to snag a Nintendo Switch OLED. As a big lover of OLED TVs, I can tell you it does make a little bit of a difference, especially if you're playing in handheld mode, which I play most of my Switch games in handheld. I like to just kind of chill and lay around and play it. Though I do dock the games every now and then, but this doesn't really matter too much. I want to show you what's going on in the world of games journalism when it comes to Metroid Dread, particularly Kotaku, who's encouraging people to pirate the game. This is from Kotaku, the official website. Okay, this isn't made up. I'm not grabbing this from some strange, fake site. No, this is Kotaku. Metroid Dread is already running on Switch emulators. Only days after release, the latest entry in Nintendo's classic franchise is running in 4K using an emulator. Now, they changed this up. They kind of updated the article a little bit because they got backlash, which is why they had to add this at the bottom. An earlier version of the story was understood by many readers to be a direct suggestion to illegally download this just-released game. Which is true. The entire article does that, by the way. Not only do they tell you to do it, they show you how to do it by giving you the sources of where you can get emulators and ROMs. What are you doing? Why do people care what this website says? Especially if you're a game dev, you should be paying attention. This is what Kotaku suggests people do to a game that I hope sells really well because I'd like more of these. Okay, I'd like to not have to wait 20 years to get a 2D Metroid game. I'd like another one next year because I would imagine these are much easier to make than 3D open world first-person shooters like the Metroid Prime games are. So I'd like more of these. But Kotaku, they want you to steal it. This is disgusting. If this was some forum and people were discussing this, that would be expected. But this is a games media website. They're supposed to be a little bit more pro-capitalism, which I guess, that's funny, right? Of course, they're not going to be pro-capitalism, but at least pro-game company. But no, they're encouraging you to steal a game that just came out. And devs worry about what the hell this website has to say about their games? What a joke. Wake up. Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, don't do business with these people. Okay, if you're a game developer, if you're a game developing studio, don't invite Kotaku to your game release. Don't send Kotaku advanced copies. Let them twist in the wind, like Far Cry 6 did. Remember that? They did not get invited for previews of the game. They did not get any kind of access, and they bitched about it. Called the game racist and stuff because they didn't get to go see it. That's what you need to do. That's how you get rid of Kotaku. But this is, by far, I was blown away when I saw this. Wow, they're really encouraging people and showing them how to go steal a game that just came out. This is Saturday. The game came out Thursday. 2 days after the game comes out, they're telling you, oh, you can go steal it. It's amazing, man. And then, of course, the reviews are a joke. Metroid Dread is a great story wrapped in a hand-crapping, confusing grind. And then there's this masterpiece. Metroid Dread is a thrilling twist on a classic, but it made me miserable. Now, this one's really funny for a few reasons. Like this right here. That's where and why Metroid Dread is a resounding failure for me. You can't change the difficulty or make the experience more accessible. There are no compromises that might ease the pain of a particularly challenging encounter. If you get stuck on a boss for 2 hours, well, hopefully you get a handle on it before the 3rd hour passes, or the 4th, or later, because that's your only option. And of course, then they compare it to Dark Souls. This game does not hold your hand. It's a challenging game, but, most gamers like a challenge. The reason they call it Metroid Dread is because those enemies are brutal. They chase you all over the place, and it's even with some tools to help ease it, they're still rough. They're still rough. Can't really take them out until you get to a certain point, and then you get a weapon sometimes that'll let you grapple with them. But for the most part, they're unstoppable. I like it. There's nothing telling you where to go. No waypoints. Nothing. Like, you have to figure it out by studying the map. Like a Metroid game. What I find funny is this guy says he likes Metroid games. And like, really? What Metroid game did you play? That trash one that was like 2D.5 or whatever it was on Wii? Then he says he spent a bunch of time scanning around the massive detailed map with its dozen of icons and still couldn't figure it out. Like, literally, you get a weapon, and then you can go backtrack to areas. Like, that's that's a Metroidvania game. By the way, remember when they were saying, like, Metroidvania is not accessible? They needed to change the name. That was a real video I made. Journalists were calling for Metroidvania to come up with a new title for that game series, because it was confusing and unaccessible for people. And then they can't even play the games, these people. The rigid design is heartbreaking for me, not just as a longtime fan of Metroid, but as a lover of video games who sees all of these wonderful new ideas Murky Your Stream injected into Dread. This guy's a longtime Metroid fan, but complaining about the mechanics that have been in Metroid since the beginning. I highly doubt you're a longtime Metroid fan. Doubt it. Press X to doubt. You come down here, gets mad because people are going to say get good. Didn't even spell that right, by the way. And then says, it's a damn shame. I love Metroid. I want to play all of the Metroid and experience its whole story for myself, but Mercury Stream decided for whatever reason that only those people who pass the test, who master the controls, who happily throw themselves at challenges again and again, are good enough to beat the game.
This guy is fucking stupid!
What's funny to me, too, is that somehow this guy got an advanced copy of the game. Nintendo, you need to choose people better. October 6th is when this was written. So this guy got an advanced copy of the game. Probably told, yeah, I'm a longtime fan, Nintendo. Never played a Metroid game in his life. I think it's obvious. Like, this person has never played a Metroid game. And if they did play a Metroid game, they were probably using guides the entire time. Like, for step-by-step instructions. Throw an Emmy in there, this guy breaks down. Journalists are not good at video games. And the thing is, they want to rush through them and just press buttons so that they can get their review out before anybody else. And they actually complain about playing games when people would love to have these jobs. Free video games, are you kidding? They'll rush through them to do it, but it's just a joke. So, whining about the difficulty and encouraging people to steal it. That is modern gaming journalism in a nutshell. So I would encourage you not to pirate it. I would encourage you to go buy it, because I would like more Metroid 2D games, platformers where you can go and explore and do this. I like these kind of games. I would encourage you to send the message so that we can get more. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. They're usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out.